last online lesson for this class, October 6th. All right, this should be Friday, October 6th. And then, yeah, so you have a long weekend. Like I said, Monday off. So October 9th, 10th, and 11th, technically, depending on what you have to do. But no classes until the 13th. But I don't think we meet on Thursdays, which means that we don't meet again for another week. All right, I will be back by this point, but we won't meet until October 13th again in class. But still, last lesson, 6 of 6. All right, we've made it through to the very end. All right, so same as all of these have been, Hispanic Heritage Month, all right, Mes de la Herencia Hispana, and then Preguntas para Calentarnos based on this person. And then this should not say escrituras. What I will change this to right now is, I'm even going to put it italicized, Llamarse y reflexive object pronouns. All right, so now when you open up the slideshow, you'll see that this edit was made. But yeah, so let's get into it. So your Hispanic Heritage Month person is Eva Perón. All right, so very important figure in Latin American history. So read up on her. Obviously, you have this paragraph right here, but have some blanks as well. So just like how we had blanks with Shakira, multiple blanks, we have multiple blanks in a row here. So fill in those blanks and yeah, have 4 questions here. ¿Quién es Eva Perón? All right. ¿Cómo se llama completamente ella? All right, so now a quick introduction of the grammar that we're learning. It's, this is a verb that you have used before, but not entirely sure that we actually know structure-wise how it functions. ¿Por qué es bien conocida? All right, so I did include that information here, but this phrasing you may not be super familiar with, so take a look at that. So, ¿por qué es bien conocida? And then, ¿quién es su esposo? Information that you are going to have to look up on your own. ¿Quién es su esposo? And like always, you can make a copy of these slides and you can update them with your answers right here. All right? But after you're done with those, you are going to move on to the verb llamarse, el verbo llamarse. So this link right here will take you to word reference, which will give you a definition of the verb. Be careful though, when you first open this, the top verb that will be listed is not llamarse, but rather just llamar. So llamar without the se. So I'll talk about what that is very briefly, but it's also something you're going to have to discover a little bit on your own. So this will take you to definitions. So make sure you scroll down the page, not to llamar, but to llamarse. Llamarse. All right. So llamarse, we have the conjugations here. So this link right here will take you to the conjugations page. So just like with tener and even with ser, we have yo, tú, él, usted, nosotros, vosotros, ellos, ellas, ustedes, and we have the corresponding blocks right here. So be sure that you put the right conjugations in the right spot. So I know that this link is taking you to the right page, but make sure you include every single word that you see, every single letter, all right? Do not just put llamo, all right? That is incorrect, all right? So be careful with that, all right? So I have highlighted here, like, what is llamarse? What is llamarse, all right? What on earth is this se doing at the end? So 2 things that I want you to do. All right, I have the verb llamar here on its own. So we have llamarse and llamar. All right, what is the difference between these two? Why is there no se at the end of llamar here? Well, if you look at the definitions when you go to this link, it'll take you right to llamar, and you'll see what llamar on its own means. But I'm just giving you the definition here that it means to call. All right, so it means to call, and it has its own conjugations as well. So fill out those conjugations of just the verb llamar. And then what I want you to do is I also want you to look up reflexive object pronouns in Spanish. Reflexive object pronouns. What on earth do they mean? All right, that's something for your notes. It's not really anything that you need to know information-wise for Spanish 1. It is something that you will need to know for Spanish 2. For Spanish 1, perfectly fine. If you put it in your notes now, you'll have kind of a jump ahead, all right, for next year. For right now, list here these 6 reflexive object pronouns, all right, and then see how they relate, how these 2 boxes relate to what we saw in this box right here. All right, so include in your notes definitions, like what is a reflexive object pronoun and what are they? All right, again, these conjugations, they correspond to the subjects, all right, these subjects here, and the reflexive object pronouns also correspond to the subjects, all right? So reflexive object pronouns giving you a space for notes right here. And yeah, so that's basically it. So we'll do some work with reflexive object pronouns when I get back in class. So don't necessarily need to have extra work or anything for you on a Friday going into a long weekend. So here's a space for notes for you. So talk with your classmates, share your notes with each other, share your findings. Did you find anything interesting that you think might be worth noting, that might be worth asking me in class? But yeah, so that is it for these online lessons on Edpuzzle and on Google Slides and everything. I will see all in a week.